Good morning from the middle of nowhere, Montana, 5:30 a.m. Here's the first order of business. I need to take off this skirting panel right here and see where I left my wiring. With my box is right there, so I'm sure the wiring's right in there somewhere close. And I will put in a junction box and attach the two wires together. And then after that, I'll go through and take this lid off and get that hooked up. So it sounds simple, so let's get after it. Pretty simple. Hold it out and moved it over. I've got it running out of the box here, straight down, right through the floor. And I got to put some silicone caulking around the wall, because originally this was a back porch. Then I closed it in for a mud room, and then it's actually pretty nice to cook in here and not get it all the smoke and grease and blah 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 inside the tiny house. Well, I'm glad I didn't finish this out yet, but I will. I got the lid off, and I wanted to check my wires from the pump, which is black, white, and green. And I screwed up and bought 12 3-wire, and I only needed 12 2-wire. So I'm going to snip back the red wire quite a ways back and get this all attached. All right, I got the wires hooked up and in a junction box underneath the floor. This is where my water is going to come into the house. I'll be able to turn it off and on and drain it so nothing freezes when I'm not here. So I've just got to put a couple pieces of wood in there so the lid will go down. And this part's done. I've got the lid on. I've actually got it screwed down for now, because I'm going to have to figure out the water with all the PEX. But you can see that propane hose and those two air admittance valves. So all this was added on. The original tiny house, which is right there, that's the outside window, was all going to be off-grid, and it was for a year. I had 12-volt power with a solar and a battery, and water tanks, just a couple of 6-gallon water tanks. And I decided to make it a little bit bigger, and I did not plan on getting power and septic and the big tank, but that's kind of why this stuff is out in the open. I'm gonna have to build a box to go over it. But all this addition stuff was an afterthought, which is a big deal when you're out here and it's 20 below zero. It's all wired up, ready to go. The breaker's on at the main panel, coming here, and no problems. I'm not gonna flip this switch here until I fill the tank up with water. The tank is loaded. Now I'm gonna go see if I can get at least 200 gallons. Sure, they're open, so we'll find out. This is where you get water. I think it's behind the public works area. Their wells are about 2,000 feet deep here, so it doesn't make sense to even get a well, but here we go, 200 gallons, first trip. 125 gallons is 1,800 pounds. I gotta take it easy with this little half-ton truck. Here's my setup for filling up the underground tank. I've got an old fire hose off of my old fire engine. What I didn't do is get a hose clamp that will fit around that. So it's leaking a little bit, but it's filling it up pretty well. I got some paracord, tied it on and twisted it as tight as I could get it. It's leaking a little, but not super bad. First round. There we go. This is really pretty cool. All right, that's the ticket. I got 2 hose clamps, no more leakage. So I got the setup from now on. This is great. All right, you get to watch it along with me. I'm turning the power on and I'll turn the bit on. Success, 575-gallon tank installed. Pumps working fine. Now I've got more than 20 gallons at a time to use. Well, thanks a lot for watching. Stay tuned for more on the bunkhouse.